You're a successful business owner or entrepreneur. You love it, but it consumes your entire day and sometimes your entire night. This is the Seven Figure Builder Show. It's a backstage pass to the minds of those who've already cracked the code. Welcome to the Seven Figure Builder Show. And now your host, Juli.
Today, we're diving into something every business owner feels, but few truly solve, which is financial clarity, control, and real peace of mind. Our guest is someone who has built her reputation not just on numbers, but on integrity, honesty, and actually doing what's right for her clients, even if that means telling them what they don't need her services. Nancy Benet is the founder behind Fix-It Accounting, a powerhouse CPA firm specializing in fractional CFO services, tax strategy, and helping business owners turn financial chaos into confident decision-making. Her clients don't just get the books cleaned up, but they get a clear path to stronger leadership, smarter growth, and long-term success. What makes Nancy different is her hands-on approach, her deep expertise in tax and financial systems, and the way she transforms overwhelming financial situations into simple, actionable solutions that actually move a business forward. If you've ever felt like your finances are running your business instead of the other way around, this conversation is going to hit home, and we're recording it on tax day. So it's very appropriate to welcome Nancy Benet to the Seven Figure Builder Show.
Thank you, Julie. I'm so happy to be here.
Absolutely. I'm thrilled to have you here. And this is something we all need to talk more about. But dive right in to take us to that moment where everything shifted for you and you realized that you had to do something different.
Yeah, that was when I was 45 years old and I woke up one day and from 5 failed businesses, I ended up divorced with 4 small children, no income, and $650,000 in debt. And that was a dark moment. But in that dark moment, I decided that I was going to make my life work. I took full responsibility for where I was, and I made the decision, I am going to do this. I don't care what I have to do. I'm going to do this because I've got children. I can't just lie down and die and let them die too. That just does not work. So when I made that decision, when I decided to take responsibility and I made that decision, it was a giant shift in my life. Mm-hmm. And it didn't happen immediately, but just the decision opened doors for me that I didn't know were possible. And I think that's what we miss a lot of times when we have a back door. I didn't have any back doors. When there's a back door, when you, oh, well, if this doesn't work, I'll quit and go to do that. That's what we had before with the other businesses. If this doesn't work, we'll do that. If this doesn't work, we'll do that. I think when you have that, you don't work as hard. You don't try as hard. You don't go all in. But when you finally do get to that place where you go all in, magic starts happening. And it's beautiful.
It is. It's like when you're back against a wall, you got to go forward.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So what did you end up doing that was different from all the other businesses?
Well, I had wanted to be a CPA since I was a very young child. I didn't even really know what that was, but my mother had a friend that was a CPA and his family had this really nice life. My parents were poor. So I decided I want to be a CPA because I wanted that nice life, right? So I went and I did all the things that you're supposed to do, get good grades, go to school, get a good education so you can get a good job, so you can finally own your own business. Well, once I got to the good job part, I hated it. And that's when, I ended up leaving that, going to work for a client. That wasn't great either. Okay, we'll start another business. That didn't work either. So after the 5th one, I was like, what do I do now? I don't know. But it was back to the CPA, back to where I really belonged in the first place. I just gave up too soon. I think the secret to success really is, when whatever you're going to do is just don't give up, keep going, keep figuring it out. So finally I got back to that space, and that's where I was able to find my footing and move forward. And it's just been an amazing adventure.
I love that. That's awesome. And I know before we hopped on, we were talking about how your business model is not the typical CPA business model. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I'm pretty introverted. I mean, I like people, but I like one-on-one. I don't like to go to networking meetings and things like that. So I didn't want to build my business that way. I ended up really starting to do online marketing and building SEO first, which brought clients. And it was a kind of a different way to do that. And I realized as I'm doing things differently than any CPA firm I've been in before, I could do more differently. And so I ended up, instead of the tight bun and the conservative suit and all the things, I said, well, what if we wore jeans to work? So we do jeans and polo shirts if you want. We have dogs in our office. We do not work long hours in tax season. It's April 15th. Everything was done last week in our office. We don't have any fires. I don't like living that way. And so I've just really built it so that it's a comfortable, happy place to be, not just for me, but for my team members and also for our clients who are part of our family. And it's just kind of beautiful. It is very different than any CPA firm I've ever seen before.
Yeah. And uh, what would you say to someone who thinks like they've always felt like they need to do it by the book, but they really don't need to, right?
That you don't need to. Your business is your canvas. You can do it how you want. You do not have to follow old rules that were somebody else's rules to begin with. Why do you have to wear a suit if you're a CPA? I mean, I started asking questions like that doesn't really make sense. Yeah, it's a conservative profession, and we are conservative, and we do a really good job for our clients, but that doesn't, because we wear jeans doesn't mean that diminishes. We're
Mhm.
still the same inside. We just show up a little bit differently, and our clients absolutely love it. It's so comfortable to come here. I hear over and over again how wonderful it is. Not everybody comes to the office. You can do everything virtually now, but the ones that do just comment how warm and friendly it is, which is so different. People are afraid to go to their CPA office, and we don't have that.
Yeah. No, it should feel warm. I mean, you should trust the person that's helping you handle your finances, right? Not feel intimidated by them or belittled or
Right.
whatever the case may be, like, okay, I don't have it all together. Help me. That's why I have you.
Most business owners don't have it all together. None of them really.
Yeah.
And so this is a judgment-free zone here. We don't judge the clients because we know you weren't born understanding all the things you need to know about business. And then even though you've learned for a smaller business, as your business grows, there's more to know.
Mhm.
There's more skills to learn. There's more things that you weren't born knowing that somebody needs to teach you. And so you shouldn't feel bad about not knowing.
Yeah. So let's talk about that a little bit. Dive into some money wisdom. What are things that you see that your clients either they don't know or you wish they knew or you wish business owners would think more about?
Oh, there's a lot of those things. Listening to online um, people talking about big business ideas, I think small business owners grab that and go, oh, I'll have a bigger business if I can grab these big business ideas, when really it's not appropriate in small business. That's one thing. So when business owners start getting more successful, they start taking more money out of the business. And maybe they had a really good month or 2 months or 6 months, but they're have increased their lifestyle so much that if they have one bad month, it's going to cause a huge problem. And they end up getting like these high risk loans and things like that. And that's so detrimental to a business. I just really implore you to leave cash in your business so that it's the lifeblood. It's what helps you be able to invest and grow in the next step. So don't take it out. Don't increase your lifestyle. Live below your means. I keep saying this over and over. Live below your means. It's so valuable.
Yeah, absolutely. And what are some ways that people can either reinvest in their business or like what are those things that you wish people would think about?
Yeah, we do a lot of tax planning with our clients, and I really love that because that gives them the opportunity to think about what they might need to invest in, whether it's new people and training them and getting them ready so that they can really roll out something new, or whether it's investing in equipment. Now is a beautiful time to invest in equipment because there's 100% bonus depreciation. So for every dollar you spend on the equipment, you get 100% tax deduction for that, which is huge, especially, if you're high income and you're buying equipment. But I'm going to say, please do not buy something you do not need, because the tax, people, I don't know, there's this mindset of I don't want to pay tax. I don't want to pay tax. My goal is to pay more tax every year, simply because the more you make, the more you pay. And instead of spending it, if I'm spending on a piece of equipment, I'm spending 100%, and I'm getting whatever my tax rate is, benefit from that. Maybe it's 20% or 25%. That's what it saves me. But I spend 100%. But if I can spend the 20 or 25% without spending the 100%, I love that, right? We don't want to save the 25% if we can spend it and keep the 100%.
Right. Right.
If you understand
Absolutely.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I hear it all the time. People don't want to pay tax and they're trying to get their income as low as possible, but it's many times to their detriment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be selfish for a moment.
Yeah.
My husband and I are starting a new brick and mortar, so I want to shift the lens a little to a newer business.
Ooh.
So what are some things that you would tell us to keep in mind and the listeners to keep in mind as you're starting a newer business?
Psst. Hey, this is Julie. Hey, can I ask you something? Do you know why some podcast interviews create clients, stages, and opportunities for you, while others create hardly anything? That's the part I love digging into through Podvantage. I actually look at your podcast interviews and show you exactly why some are creating clients and opportunities and others aren't. Then I turn what's working into your own repeatable conversion formula, so you know exactly what to say, what to emphasize, where to send people, and how to create more of those results across every interview. So instead of guessing and guessing or wondering why one interview worked and the next one didn't, you have a much more intentional way to turn your voice into clients and opportunities. If you've ever wondered, why did that interview work but this one didn't? Come talk to me at podvantage.ai. Now back to the conversation.
Newer businesses, yeah, there's such a learning curve, even with a new industry, and you've been in business before, like a brick and mortar or something, and you've got regular office hours. Those are things that you have to think about staffing for and all of that. And that's one of my hardest things, is the staffing piece of business, because you're dealing with people's emotions and their money and all. There's so much tied up in that. But yeah, it's totally doable. It takes effort. And a lot of times at first, I don't believe in hustle culture. I don't really subscribe to that at all. I really like to keep my life in good balance and make sure I've got plenty of time with my family and my children. So don't let something like that take your life over. It doesn't have to be that way. You can set boundaries on it. But I think as entrepreneurs, we want to go all in.
Mhm.
My husband said this yesterday. We were talking about it. He's like, if I bought a business, you might not ever see me, because I know that I would go all in, all the time. And I was like, well, you have to like put some blinders
Everything in
on and some
moderation.
limits.
Yes, absolutely. And what are some tax breaks, I would say, but tax things that people don't really think about that, you wish people would know about?
Um, I really like real estate for tax breaks. Real estate's great. And it can create deductions for you, like if you buy a building or something, but that it has to be bought right. I lost the $650,000 in debt, was a lot real estate related for me. We lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in the recession when
Wow.
everything crashed. So be very careful with that, but there's a lot you can do in real estate, especially if you have a business. SBA's got some great loan programs where you can buy your own building. And that has been one of the things that has most contributed to my net worth, is buying the building or the complex that we're in.
Mhm.
And there's been lots of tax breaks with that too. So I highly recommended that. But also there's a lot you can do with retirement plans as a self-employed person. There's rules around that too, but there's anything's deductible, all the equipment and stuff, any equipment you buy. And we have clients that buy big, very expensive pieces of equipment, and it's such a huge tax savings for them.
Yeah.
Such a huge tax thing. And if anybody's out there that has a business that also has a spouse that is a real estate professional, there's a lot you can do with that.
Good to know. Very good to know. And I know you have your amazing course and all sorts of fun stuff that you've been working on. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I found myself saying the same things in the CPA firm. Clients would come in, new business, like you, a new business, and they wouldn't know what to do. And so I'm saying the same things over and over again, trying to teach them some of the basic things that they need to know. So we started doing an online course. It's an on-demand course available to anybody. And I was really excited about that because there's so much that goes into it. And from my point of view as a CPA, seeing people come in here who have these small little businesses and been put in an S corporation, which is very expensive to maintain. And somebody did it wrong for them because they wanted the fee. These courses are all about you. They're all about what is best for you, not what is best for whoever's doing the work for you, right? Because I don't believe in that. I believe in always looking at the client's need first. That's first and foremost. But not everybody subscribes to that. And so we're cleaning up problems frequently from that. And so there's these courses out there. The first one is Master Your Business Mindset, because there's a definite difference in mindset between employees and entrepreneurs.
Mhm.
You have to look at things differently, look at life differently. And then the second one is called Build Your Best Business, and it is for the basic steps of starting a business.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We also have a book called Tame Your Money
I was
Monster.
going to ask. Go for
Yeah,
it.
because it's funny because I am a financial professional and I ended up in that very dark place with all the debt and really not knowing how to manage money. And I thought because I have this degree and this certification that I should be able to understand how to manage my money. And the truth is, money is extremely emotional. And we come to the money table with lessons from our parents and the community around us, marketing messages, all of these things are telling us about money. My particular one was money doesn't grow on trees and money is dirty. And so I couldn't figure out why I couldn't keep money. Why am I always broke? Even when fixed accounting was super successful, like there's no money. And I had to really dig deep and figure out that it touches every area of our lives. And if we don't know how to deal with it, we're dealing with it in an emotional way, is what it is. And I had to understand what that was before I could fix it. And so since then, I have been able to fix my money issue, and I've helped many other people fix their money issues just by identifying and choosing a new way to think about it instead of just subconsciously spending the money because I'm not used to having it, because it doesn't grow on trees, and it's scarce, and because it's dirty. I was getting rid of it, right? It comes in, I reinvest. Oh, I'm investing in my business. But then I was left with no cash. And when you have no cash, you can't take advantage of opportunities. You have stress, a lot of stress when you have a big payroll. So those things really played into this Money Monster book, and I wrote the book. It's kind of about my daughter's journey because hers wasn't as bad as mine, but she did one day come to me and say, "I've got all this debt and I'm drowning. I will never be able to get out of it." And I said, "Well, wait a minute. I could bail you out, but I'm not going to, because that will not help you. Here's a plan. Let's work this plan." And so she thought it would take her a couple of years to get out of the debt with the plan, and 90 days later, she was free.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And it's all about changing your mindset and changing the way you look at the world. And when you open that up, when you shine a light on your finances, and when you start thinking of them in a different way and thinking in a more abundant thoughts and really intending to get rid of the debt and to save, doors open. It's just like when I decided to make fixed accounting work, doors open.
Mhm. So talk us through what are some of those steps that people can take and shifts that they can make in their lives?
Well, the first one is a new zero, because I would spend down to zero. That was my thing. I never had any money because, oh, I've got $1,000. We can do this, or $10,000 and we can do that. And I think a lot of people live that way. So I was telling my friend about it one day. Her name's Kathy. And we're having lunch, and I said, Kathy, it's payroll time, and man, I don't have any money for payroll. And she like almost strangled me. She was so mad at me. She's like, "What? How can you even do that?" We've been friends for years, so she can be very honest with me.
Mhm.
She said, "You can't live that way." And so she told me about this thing called a new zero. She's like, "Just set a number. This is your new zero. You are not allowed to go below it. You have to save up to it. Do not go below it ever, and keep raising that zero." I was like, "Oh, okay, I can do that." Whew. But it's a big number. I was like, at that time, maybe $30,000 because my payroll is pretty big. And so I said, well, it'll take me a while to get this. So I gave myself a year. 60 days later, I had it. And I never gone below ever, never. I just, when you have that intention, you do what you have to do to make sure it works. And it was to me like magic because I had never had $30,000 before. And here I was, and but I couldn't spend it. So good. And it's just been up ever since. And I really appreciate that. And then, I just really look at what I spend. I live below my means, drastically below my means, which is beautiful and wonderful. We do not have to have the bigger house or the McMansion or the lake or any of those things. We do not have to have that. I'd rather have financial peace of mind. So that was the next thing. Do not keep raising your lifestyle to equal your income. Other things are, paying yourself first. I like opportunities and I manifest abundant opportunities all the time. And when you want to take advantage of opportunities, you have to have cash. So that's one of the things that keeps me motivated with it to keep saving because I do want that. And I actually have been listening to some things from um who's the guy with Berkshire Hathaway? I forgot his name, but anyway, he's a multi-billionaire, and I've been listening to some of the things he says, and he doesn't mind having billions of dollars in savings because when an opportunity comes, he can jump on it. And so I always was like, oh, I don't want to have that much that's sitting there not earning interest. But the truth is, if you miss an opportunity, you've missed much more. So that helps me keep in my mind that I need to keep saving. And so now we're in the process of expanding fixed accounting. I'm hiring new people. We're doing all these things and I've got cash to do it. And so those are motivating for me. And those are some of the things that I used to help myself stop the spending.
I love that. And where can people find the course and your book?
Successyourway.com. Follow us on YouTube and all the socials. Everything's out there. The book is on Amazon. It's called Tame Your Money Monster, and lots of fun. It's a picture book. It's like 50 pages, and really, it's such an easy read, and it's so simple because I think most of the money books are out there and they're thick, and somebody with money problems can't handle that.
Yeah.
They can't even look at it. They can't probably read the first chapter because it's so overwhelming for them. But this is a story. It's really a story about my daughter, basically, about getting her money stuff handled because she grew up with me and I had money problems. So of course she had the same thing. But all my kids are doing great with their money now, thank goodness. It could be much different.
Yeah.
So Amazon.com for that, and it's just such an easy read, and it helps understand where your money problems come from.
Yeah, absolutely. One is about being intentional about what you're doing with
Yeah.
your money, right? Versus
Yes.
it comes in and it's going to go out unless you're intentional about telling it where you want it to go. Right?
Yeah, I think we all like, oh, I'm gonna do what I need to do, and then I'll save the rest. But there's never any rest left. It's gone because what you need to do, there's always an endless list of the next thing and the next thing and the next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but intention is powerful. And I keep going back to that because everything that I've done has been done with intention. And I think when you do that, it's super impactful. And so I came up with this 4-step process to manifest what you want. And I know this isn't a manifestation podcast, but
Go for it.
I use it every single day. And it is intend what you want. The second step is to manage your state because what is on the outside of you is reflective of what's inside. So if you're chaotic and fearful and all the things inside, that reflects on the outside. But if you're calm and clear and have intention of what you want, then you can really manifest that. And the third is take baby steps. Nobody's taking leaps and bounds here. We're all doing everything in baby steps. You do not need to leap fast or go fast. Just take the next step, the next step, the next step. That is what goes toward building lasting foundation for anything you're doing. And then the fourth step is to release hold on control of the outcome, which is really hard. It's simple, but it's so hard. And I struggle with it. But I think if we can do what we do and have your intention, manage your state, take your baby steps, and not really worry about what the end result will be. You know what you want in a general way, but it's not, let's say it's a house. It's not that particular house. Open it up. I want a house that's kind of like this. So there's a wide range of things that you might be able to get with that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, those are so incredibly powerful. And I know as you've gone through this journey, your vision of success has changed, but how do you define success? What does that look like for you?
It used to be this magical place, this place where you arrive. And I always wanted to get there and I never did. But now I feel like success is who we become on the journey, because the journey is so important. It pulls in so many things that we are learning, and it enriches us as humans so dramatically that that's the success part. Because somebody can take away anything physical around you, but nobody can take your knowledge, your experience, your calm, cool head in a difficult situation. Nobody can take that from you. Your ability to make decisions, that's success.
I love that. And you can always, if you have to restart tomorrow, you always have that with you, right?
That's right. And so I don't worry about what if either. What if AI takes over the world and I don't have it? What if? It doesn't really matter, because I know that I have the tools to rebuild.
Yeah.
Even later in life. I'm 60 years old, but I don't feel like I would be left out in the cold. I feel like because I'm older, I have more tools.
Yeah. Well, that all is your state of mind and how you choose to look at things.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I'm curious, if you had the attention of the whole world for 5 minutes, what would you tell them?
That you are the creator of your life. Don't let somebody else take that power from you. You have the ability to make your life what you want it. Thoughts become things. Think good thoughts so that you can create a beautiful life for yourself.
That's awesome. So, so powerful. Awesome. Well, tell us again, where can people find you online?
SuccessYourWay.com, FixItAccounting.com. I'm here on all the socials with both of those businesses, and I'd love to hear from you. Please send me a message.
Perfect. And we will have all of that in the show notes so people can come find you. And thank you for being on today. This was so cool.
Thank you, Julie. So much fun.
Absolutely. And if you found value in this episode, please do share it. That's how people find us. And you can find me at sevenfigurebuilder.com. And I will see you on the next episode.
You've been listening to the Seven Figure Builder Show with Juli Berenik. Juli focuses on the magic of podcasting. If you're looking to elevate your business through storytelling, branding, and efficient systems, well, you found your new home. It's what we do. If you enjoyed the show and got something from it, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon. See you next time on the Seven Figure Builder Show.